I know this is a topic that probably every Tom, Dick, and Harry are jumping on for views, but I just wanted to kind of ram home the point of, if you look at a lot of these spontaneous protests that are happening, and you look at them across all the places where it's been happening, it's pretty hard to see that it's not an orchestrated effort to do this, a funded effort, right? It's not just an organic kind of wave that's happening, you know, a grassroots type of thing. Absolutely not. You know, but what I find interesting, it reminds me of a book I read back in the 90s, and I can't find what the title was, or I don't remember who wrote it either, but it was a fiction book, and interestingly enough, I don't read a lot of fiction. But the premise of the book was, post a global Muslim takeover of the world, and the U.S. being under Muslim Sharia law, and some of the premise I can remember that was in the book was about the infiltration in different sectors, specifically education, to get the change to happen from, you know, up and coming generations versus trying to make a overt change with the population as it stands, because that would never happen, right? I mean, go back to the, you know, the Japanese admiral or general who said, you know, we'll never invade the United States because there's a gun behind every blade of grass, right? It's just, it's not going to happen. But if you could take that and you could shift the mindset at a young age, as that generation comes into power later, I mean decades later, you know, now it becomes easier to infiltrate that system. So I just, you know, there are going to be 1,000 videos on this. You know, really my point, the bluff of this is that there is no way that this isn't funded and orchestrated. So, but just keep an eye on it, because there can be some impactful things with it. Have a good day. Oh, one last thing. I'm actually working on doing, putting something out. You know, it's kind of a social experiment, so to speak, but it has to do with that DayZ game and how interactions in that game happen. And I think there's a lot of correlations to what, if there was truly an SHTF situation. I'm seeing, like, a lot of the clips and things I've seen, it's pretty scary to think of what people could do, but it goes along exactly with what I was talking about you know, having a father watch his family and his children starve or starve to death, right? Like, he would do anything to not make that happen. And so it goes along with that. But look forward to that coming out in the near future. I just got to edit a bunch of stuff to kind of show these interactions. But I think it goes to the psychology of what will happen if that ever does happen.